Hello, welcome to this new BMC Helix Remedyforce webinar. My name is Jair Ramos, and today we're going to review the best practices of how to efficiently use incident features. And remember, if you have any questions, please put those on the chat. We will answer those there. Let's review the agenda for today. First, I'm going to show you how to log incident records. Then I'm going to show you how to use the incident matching features. We'll be creating incidents from email. Then I'm going to give you a quick overview about the incident console. And last but not least, I'm going to show you how to bulk update incidents from console. So we have a lot of topics for today. So let's review one by one, and I'm going to give you some use cases as well as some demos for each feature. On this video, we're going to understand a little bit more the incident features that are available within the Remedyforce console, as well as other features that will help you to improve your experience with the product. So let's start with the first topic, logging incident records. Let's review a business case scenario. The Director of Support Services for Acme Corporation would like to have the ability to log records so other users cannot modify or edit records. Just the person who logs the record should be able to make changes to it. So he requests to the BMC Helix Remedyforce administrator to enable the manual record logging for the org. Let's do a quick demo for this feature. Go to the org, then go to the Remedyforce Administration tab. Under the Remedyforce Administration tab, go to Application Settings, select Consoles, and here is the option, Record Locking. By default, it's set to off, but we have different options, such as automatic and manual. If we select automatic, it means that every time that the record is created, it's going to be logged by the user who created the record, and it is going to be logged the time that we select here. But the requirement is different. We need to select manual. So once the staff log the record, no one will be able to modify the record, just the person who logged the record with the time that we set right here. It will be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. For this case, I'm going to select 30 minutes. So once the agent logged the record, no one will be able to modify it for the next 30 minutes. Let's click Save and let's click OK. Now let's see how it looks like on the Remedyforce console. So let's go to the Remedyforce console and take any ticket. So for this case, I'm going to select a random ticket. Let's pick up this one right here, 47. And I'm going to lock this record. Here is the option where you can lock the record, so just click on it and you will see how it changes to orange color. Now let's log in a different user and let's try to modify this record. So right now, as you can see, I'm logging as a different user, and I'm gonna try to edit that specific record. Let's open the 47 incident record. As you can see, there's an error that says that the record is logged by the user who clicked on the icon. As you can see, this feature can help you to avoid other people can modify the record that you are working on for a certain period of time. As you can see, you can enable this feature to be automatic or manual. In this case, the requirement was to set this to manual. And now let's move on to the next topic, which is incident matching. Let's review the business case scenario. The email service of your company stops working. As a matter of fact, a lot of users started submitting cases reporting the same problem. After a couple of hours, the IT department informed you that the issue has been resolved. Now you need to close more than 50 cases related to the same issue. You don't need to worry about closing case by case. You can use incident matching. So now let's quickly review how you can use this cool feature. So let's go to the org. As you can see here, I have created 3 different cases for issue related to email. Those 3 cases were created by 3 different users that are reporting the same issue. I mean, based on the business case scenario, we have 50 cases, but just for testing and make it easier, I created 3 cases. So let's open those 3 cases. We need to select who is going to be the parent ticket and which cases are going to be child cases. So the feature is under Agent Tools. You will see Incident Matching. If you don't see the option available, it means that it's not available for your profile, so you need to enable Incident Matching under Agent Tools for that particular profile and the incidents model. So let me show you how you can do that. So let's go to the Remedyforce Administration tab. Under the Remedyforce Administration tab, let's go to Application Settings, and then let's click on Consoles. Let's make sure we are on the incidents model, select the corresponding profile, and here under Agent Tools, you will see Incident Matching. For this case, it's checked, so that's the reason we are able to see it. So let's go back to the Remedyforce console and click on Incident Matching. There are different criteria to match for the records. In this case, we have account, client ID, and category. It works like an AND, so you need to match us with those 3. But in this case, I want to search just by category, which is email. And let's scroll down, and I'm able to see those 2 tickets. So 46 and 47. If I just check one, I have 2 options available, like this one. So I can select who's going to be the parent and who is going to be the child. For this case, let's select those 2 cases, 47 and 46. So these 2 cases are going to be child cases of the master ticket or the parent ticket. Here we can select the status of the children tickets. In this case, I'm gonna keep those tickets as open. So let's go and modify the status. I don't want to close them yet. So let's go and select open. Click on link and update the status. Okay, now let's go to the parent ticket, click reload. Let's go to the details tab, and under link incidents, as you can see, we're able to see the child cases. Okay, so now let's just reload again just to see if we can see the records. Okay, just to confirm everything looks fine. And just one quick thing, just check that it doesn't have resolution yet. This one doesn't have a resolution as well. So one cool thing is that if we go and try to close the record, let's go to actions and then close. Here you can select any data. In this case, I won't select any closure category, just the status will be closed. And here for the resolution, you can add the resolution that your IT department gave you, or it's up to you. So in this case, I'm gonna type any resolution. And one cool thing is that I will click the checkbox open linked incidents, and you will see what is going to happen. So I'm going to click save. Okay, for the master ticket, the ticket is already closed and the resolution was updated. So now let's review the child cases. Let's click reload, and the resolution was also applied and the status. So let's review the last ticket, and let's click reload, and the same thing happened. The resolution was updated and the status as well. In case you are wondering, if you have workflow rules that sends email notifications to each client that the ticket has been closed, those will fire and all those clients will receive the email notification. This feature is pretty cool for these kind of cases, or if the same customer submitted the same ticket twice, it will help you to close one of those tickets, link the ticket to the master ticket, and you can inform the customer that you will work just in one incident. You can close the other one. As you can see, you can update the status of the children cases. So now let's move on to the next topic from the agenda. The next topic is creating incidents from email. Let's review the business case scenario. The CEO of the company Acme would like to allow users in his company to create cases by email. With these options, users are going to be able to submit cases by just sending an email to the custom email address support@acme.com. The CEO requested the system administrator of the org to set up this feature. He also requested that users can select the category of the ticket if they would like. So now let me show you how you can set this up. In order to do that, let's go to the org. So let's go to the setup menu. In the setup menu, on the quick find, let's type email service. Click on email services. And for this case, we are going to create a new email service. So let's click on new email service. Here, let's provide any name. I'm going to put something like Acme support. And for Apex class, you need to select email listener, which is the one that comes with the package. And here, as you can see, accept email from. Also, let's activate this email service. Accept email from, it means that you can put a domain, so just the people that has certain domain is going to be able to create cases. You can also see that you can route errors to a particular user, but in this case I'm gonna just activate this one and click save. So now we need to create a new email address. For this one, you can provide any name. If you have spaces, it will give you another message. So let's put an underscore here. And we also have accept email from and a context user. The context user, as per the BMC documentation, we highly recommend you to be a system administrator and a Salesforce license user. We have two different licenses. If you will remember, we have Salesforce and Salesforce Platform. We recommend you, again, it must be a system administrator and Salesforce license user because it has more access for different objects that needs to be updated during the process of creating a record, such as the incident history. If you want to save the message or the email on the incident history, the user, the context user, needs to have access. So let's remove the accept email from. Let's click save so everyone can create cases if they send an email. And accept email from, this is the first one, is like the global setting, and we can have individual accept email from for all the email services that we could create under this configuration. And Salesforce gives us this long email address. Imagine if you provide this to your customers, it will be a pain to type character by character in order to create a case. So in order to avoid that, you need to ask to the system administrator of your mail system to create this custom email address support@acme.com. The email administrator also needs to create a redirect rule. So all the emails that goes to support@acme.com are going to be redirected to this long email address in Salesforce. Okay. For testing purposes, I'm gonna take this long email address because I don't have the support@acme.com email address. So let's send an email to a long email address in Salesforce. Let's put any subject. Okay, this is a test, and just put whatever you want on the description. This is going to be just to test this feature. Once we send the email, let's go to Remedyforce console and check if the ticket has been created. So let's refresh, and here is. So this is the ticket that we have just created by sending the email. And if we go to the description field, we can see that this is the subject and the body that we just put on the email. Okay, we have just completed part of the request, and the other part of the request is that the users should be able to select a category through the email. So let me show you how you can do that. In order to map the category, let's go to the Remedyforce Administration tab. Under Configure Email, let's go to Instant Email Settings. Here you can find different settings for the email creation, such as do not create the incident if the subject contains certain word. So let's say if it contains example, it won't create the case. So here's where we can set up that, and also assign the queue. It's going to be the default queue for incidents by email. And we can also, what is more important is the mapping. So here we need to select a delimiter. In this case, I'm going to select double hashtag, and here we need to set up the incident mapping. For this case, I'm going to select category, and I'm going to get that from the body, and the word, the keyword is going to be category. It could be issue or whatever you want, but in this case I'm going to do the same, category. Let's click save. Now let me show you how you can select the category. The only thing and the only problem is that the users must know the categories that are available in your org. So now let's go and send another email. Let's select any subject, it doesn't matter. And on the body, we are going to use the mapping and the delimiter that we have just selected. So the keyword is category. I'm gonna add double hashtag at the beginning. Then the category name, which I know that we have email. So I'm gonna put email, and I'm gonna close the value with double hashtag. Then you can add any other text. It doesn't matter, just to give more details on the case. Okay, let's click send, and let's double check if the record has been created. As you can see, the record was created, and let's quickly check the category. Okay, as you can see, it has category and the one that we just put on the email, but there's no description. And let me show you how you can fix that. So let's go to the Remedyforce Administration tab again, Instant Email Settings, scroll down and select description. Let's search for it, and here is description. And we're gonna map the body from the email without keyword, so it means that it will put all the body into the description field. Let's click save. Let's click OK, and now let's do another test email. You can put any subject, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna select the category again. Remember to put the keyword and then the delimiter. Email again. Let's close the delimiter and put any text here. So this is a test. Let's send the email again. Okay, and let's open the ticket that was created with this last test. As you can see, it has the correct category and the description. It has the body of the email. Now that we have completed with this request, we can move on to the next topic. Incident Console. The Remedyforce Console tab is an integrated console that provides access to incident service requests, task, problem, change requests, releases, and broadcast modules. The main benefit of the Remedyforce Console tab is that it enables you to manage all the records that we just mentioned from a single console. The Remedyforce Console tab also provides a dashboards and quick views that enable you to view a key of set of data and monitor metrics often. So now let me quickly show you different things that you can do within the Remedyforce console. So let's go to your org. So as you might know, this is Remedyforce console. Let me show you a couple of the things that you can do here. So this is a search. Here, this is where you can customize the columns of the view. These are the available fields that you can customize. You can remove those, you can add more there. This is the different views that you can use to see tickets based on a specific criteria. Here we can change between models like incident, service request, task, release. We also have my quick views. We also have share quick views, and also different dashboards. There are a lot of things that you can navigate through the Remedyforce console. So the first thing that we would like to review with you is how you can customize the columns. For testing, let's move on the client ID on the second position of the list. Let's click save and you will see the change right here. Okay, so let's go to the Remedyforce administration tab. Under application settings, select consoles, and here you will see the option enable view and customization. Let's uncheck the checkbox, click save. Let's go back to the Remedyforce console. Let's refresh the browser, and you will see that I don't have the option to customize those columns anymore. So now let's go back to the Remedyforce administration tab, enable the option back. So this is the place where you can enable that for the users. So now it says that you want to add more fields on the list, or you want to remove lists that you don't want to show off here. So in order to do that, first let's review the current fields. Take a note on that. And in order to add or remove fields, we need to go to the setup menu. On the quick find, let's type object and select object manager. Those are under the incident module. So here let's type incident. Let's click on the incident object, and those fields are managed by a field set. So let's go to field sets and select the column header field set. Okay, as you can see here, just check the list that is here, and if we compare with the list that is on the Remedyforce console, those are the same fields. Okay, so for this case, I'm going to remove VIP client. You can add more fields if you want, but in this case, I will just remove that one. So let's click save. Let's refresh the page, and let's make sure that we are not able to see that field anymore. And as you can see here, the field is not on the list anymore. And let's click cancel. So one feature that I would like to show you is how you can create different views within the Remedyforce console. So let's go to Remedyforce console. Let's click on the drop down menu and let's click on create new view. Let's provide any name. In this case, I want to create a view for close incidents. Here I'm going to select all incidents, and here for the criteria I'm going to select state open equals false, which is going to show all the incidents and service requests that are closed. In this case, I won't add a specific criteria for incidents, but you can do that if you just want incidents. And here I'm gonna make it available for all users. So let's click save, and we need to refresh the page. Okay, now let's refresh the entire page, and let's make sure that we're able to see the custom view that we have just created, and it is right here. As you can see, it only displays incidents that are closed. So So here, if we try to change to different module, let's go to service request, and here you can see that we have different modules, incidents, task. Each one can have different list views, and also if you realize there is a pin icon, if you click on the pin icon, it means that it will be the default module every time that you log into the Remedyforce console. Let me uncheck the pin, and here you can see that I only have two different views. Even if it is the same object, incident, service request, the views are different. And something interesting about this is how to create a view for service request. So let's move on to the incidents module again, and let's modify the one that we just did. If we put SR at the beginning of the view name, you will notice the difference. So let's refresh the page, and under the incident module you will see that the view that we just created is not here anymore. So if we change to the service request module, you will see that the view is now here because we put SR at the beginning. So if you want to create a view for service request, you need to put SR at the beginning. Now let's go back to the Remedyforce administration and the console settings. Here you can find even more settings, such as enable smart view activity feed. If you are not aware about those features or settings, those are here. Open any incident, here is the smart view, and here is the activity feed. This is how it looks like. Here you can enable or disable those features as you need. Here also you can find the broadcast settings under the Remedyforce console. Also the console view for the different models that we have, such as service request, task. Here are the actions per profile. The agent tools, here is the actions menu, and also the agent tools. If we go to any ticket and go to agent tools, these are the available options. You can disable or enable some of them right here. And also we have create edit layout, the layout for the tickets, which is a combination of different field sets that we have for that particular module. If we go to layout incidents, here is the one that we have. We are only using one, but you can enable multiple layouts. And let's compare. So for example, console, client details, and this is the first one, client details. The next one, incident details, incident details. The next one, status and priority details, status and priority. So this is the way they are sorted. You can have different multiple layouts for one single profile. You can have different layouts depending on the profile, and this is the place where you can set that up. So let's click cancel. So now let's click cancel, or you can just close the tab. As I mentioned, you can customize this layout depending on the profile. Here will be the list of all the profiles that you have in your org, even if they are custom. Another cool feature is that you can customize the menu. Here you can create some actions or some agent tools that are not part of the out-of-the-box package, so you can customize and create new ones if you would like. And here is the place where you can configure that. As you can see, there are a lot of features and a lot of cool things that you can customize within the Remedyforce console. Now let's move on to the next topic. Bulk update incidents from console. Let's review the business case scenario. Accidentally, more than 20 tickets were created with the wrong category. Those records need to be updated. You can use the bulk update feature within the Remedyforce console to update all of them instead of going ticket by ticket. It will be a time-consuming task if you do it one by one. Fortunately, we can update all those records using the Remedyforce console. Probably you are thinking if you can use data loader. Yes, you can use data loader, but it will take you more steps and more time than the Remedyforce console. So now let me show you how you can quickly update all those records with just 2 steps. Go to your org. It will only work for open tickets because I have some validation rules that I cannot modify closed records. So let's find 2 open cases. Let's select these 2. Let's click on update. And I need to update the category. So let's review here on the list. But here I don't see category. So you can only update the fields that are showing up here on the console. So we need to add the category field. Just as we did before, we need to go to the column header field sets under the incident object and drag the category field and save it. So now that we saved the change, let's refresh the page. And let's confirm that the category field has been added. So let's click on the 3 lines right here and let's add the category field on the available fields, and let's move it to the second position. Let's click save, and now I'm able to see category. So now let's select those 2 records again and let's click update again. And now here I'm able to select category, and I'm gonna change those to exchange. Let's click OK, apply, and now it will be automatically refreshed. Let's click OK, and as you can see, the change has been performed. As you can see, the process is pretty simple, even easier than using data loader. With data loader, it will take you a lot of time, a lot of steps in order to achieve the same result. Okay, this one was the last topic. On this webinar, we saw a lot of features such as locking records, incident matching, creating incidents from email, which is one of the most used features within Remedyforce. The incident console, we did a quick overview about different functionalities that you can use and you can customize, and we saw how to bulk update different incidents of different records at the same time. And here are some references if you would like to get more information or more details about each feature that we mentioned on this webinar. You can go ahead and search for it. And if you want to learn more about this kind of topics, check our YouTube channel. Also, if you have any technical question, you can submit a ticket with support. We will be glad to help you with all the questions and concerns that you may have. And also, you can follow us in all our social media such as BMC communities, Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching this BMC Helix Remedyforce webinar about the best practices of how to efficiently use the incident features. Thank you.